Yo, man, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's Jay chilling in the building, baby. And y'all already know what we're about to get into, man. And today, we're going to be reacting to. There's a lot of. Stefon Diggs might be the most devious nigga I've ever seen. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Come to the ninth floor so y'all can get in the right way. And today we are going to go over the BBL champion, bro. Now, if y'all don't know, Stefon Diggs might be the most prolific sex addict I've ever seen in media in my entire life. He somehow has slid. I'm just gonna give you a rundown of his life in the past few years based on what I've seen. Right. So he started fucking with Cardi B. They were the power couple or whatever for like you know how there's always a power black couple where it's like a dude that's a hoe, famous female rapper. Everyone's like, oh my god, they're the power couple, they'll last forever, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Well, he got her pregnant. He was fucking her while she was pregnant, then got her pregnant. Crazy, I know. Like, oh my god. And then they were the power couple ever. And then he got 5 women pregnant in the same year, bro. And what? How? He had 4 baby mamas in the same year, bro. Along with Cardi B, so I think 5. This dude's a demon. And I think he had 6 baby mamas altogether. So this was his shooting year. He got 4 different shotties pregnant. Went cool. Now, he was recently in court because let's let the video play. Let the video play. I'll explain it.
Okay, y'all. So Stefon Diggs has had a huge win in court today. So he was found not guilty by the jury of the alleged strangulation that, his chef accused him of. So a lot of people are talking about the other stuff that happened besides the win. So basically, she was asked about text messages that she deleted. So if you guys remember when the whole situation came out, there were some text messages that everybody was reading. What we didn't know was that she deleted a lot of text messages. And here are some of the messages that she deleted.
Okay, so another gist of this case too, right, is that Stefon Diggs was fucking every female within a 2-mile radius of his being. If you worked for him, the application was meet. He put it in you, and then he gave you a job afterward. Like, I kind of get it. That's smart. You already got the butt. Why not pay the girl to do something menial, and then you get to just keep fucking her forever long? It makes sense. It's a strategy. You get what I'm saying? So this shawty was the chef. Apparently, he cracked her multiple times beforehand, then made her the chef. He had an assistant. He was cracking her. Same method. He had hairdressers. He was cracking them. Same method. All while he was talking to Cardi B. Like, I don't understand. Like, how do niggas get away with this shit? I honestly believe the only way you can get away with this shit at this level is that if you're constantly traveling. Like, you have to constantly be traveling in order for this to work. Because how are you fucking all these women at the same time? And Cardi B, maybe Cardi B like knew and didn't give a fuck, but like there's no like cross contamination. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is there a difference between the text messages that you provided to the Dedham police and the text messages that are here?
Yes.
And what is that difference?
I deleted that and pussy, and I'm ruining that bitch life. Not speaking. Yeah.
And why did you delete those phrases when you provided those text messages to the Dedham police?
Because when I was abusing my previous relationship, when I would say things,
the objection is sustained.
He would.
The objection is sustained. There's no question there. Again, the jurors will disregard it. Sidebar.
Of course, that's one thing that people talked about on social media was that, she deleted messages before she gave her text messages to the cop, and they trying to figure out whose life she said she was going to ruin, which I feel like it was probably the other co-worker that Stefon Diggs was sleeping with. Some people feel like it was Cardi B's life she said she was going to ruin, but that's not all. So if you guys remember, Stefon Diggs said that he would give his chef $100,000 if she recanted her statement. She denied, and she decided to take him to court. Now, I guess 3 weeks before they went to trial, she decided to try to ask him for $5.5 million, and she decided to not ask that question. When they asked the question, it was a yes or no question, and she decided to say, I didn't get paid for that week because he decided to have girls at the house. That was not the question that she was asked.
3 weeks ago.
and you see, she's mad because this always will eventually happen when you fuck and then pay. This will always happen. There's no clean. Once you fuck then pay, instead of paying then fuck, like there's always going to be this more and more money needs to be given up. Versus if you just fucked and then left. Because he cracked her if you can get the context here, he was cracking her and paying her while he was with Cardi B, and she didn't care. But when she found out he was cracking the assistants as well, she wanted to get rid of the assistant. Isn't that crazy? And then when he offers her a six-figure payday, she could have taken that money and gone and been another dude's BBL chef. She decided not to and started to ask for $5.5 million. Bitch, in what world do you think you're getting $5.5 million if I'm giving you $100K? That doesn't even make any sense. Why? Now, there's some cases where I'm like, you should settle, and there's some cases where I'm like, take that bitch to trial. In this case, where you're fucking the person that you're alleging put hands on you, I say take the settlement. Don't pursue it in criminal court. Take it to civil court, because at least in civil court, the burden of proof is less, so you're guaranteed to get some money. If you take it to criminal, you got to convince like a majority of the jury that you got choked out, but you out here deleting messages. You're like, oh my God.
So your lawyer demanded $5.5 million from Mr. Dix, didn't he?
Mr. Dix offered me $100,000 to recant my statement. That is the
Your Honor,
only.
maybe you sit her side by, please. Yes, move this right. Your last part of the witness's answer. The last part of the witness's response will be stricken as non-responsive. You will disregard it and you will not consider it during your deliberation.
While she's on the stand, she's trying to expose Stefon Diggs by saying, oh, he had me leave that week because he had girls at the house. And mind you, this situation happened in December, if I'm not mistaken, and Cardi B gave birth to their baby in November. So she's basically trying to expose him while he's on the stand, but that's not what they asking her.
Damn, so right after he had to, like, bro, I truly feel like there's some dudes in this life, right, where they get away with everything. Like, bro, this might be the greediest man I've ever seen in my life, bro. He got 4 bad baby mamas. He's cracking Cardi B, and you still are cracking your assistant and chef. Like, what more do you need? This isn't fair. And this woman, oh my God.
Like, they asking her, like, hey, did you get paid? Did you not get paid? And she basically like, hey, I didn't get paid because he had girls at the house that week and he didn't want me there. But that's not what she was asked. Not only that, someone else spoke on the stand and they asked her, like, what did the chef cook? And she basically cooked a dried up corn dog or hot dog for $2,000 a week.
Do you know if Miss Adams cooked dinner that night?
It was like a hot dog. It was like and there was like mustard on it, but it was like left on the counter and it was like dried up. And then in the room, it was like dried up. So there was like 2 that were made.
Let me back you up on that. Do you know if she did cook dinner that night?
She did.
Where did she do that?
In the kitchen.
And what time did you see that?
I just remember the food being like prepared already.
And you mentioned it was a hot dog or something like that?
Yeah, it was like a hot dog, or like, you know, like Auntie Anne's when they have like the pretzel dogs. It kind of looked like that, but it just looked dried up.
If I'm paying you $2,000 a week to cook for me, I do not want no dried up hot dog, okay? But it seems like she was in love with Stefon Diggs. They was messing around. She ended up catching feelings. She felt some type of way that he was sleeping with Cardi B's braider. He was sleeping with another employee, and she decided to try to expose.
Like, bro, he was sleeping with I guess there's some niggas that just get to be greedy in this lifetime, y'all. Like, some niggas are Stefon Diggs, some niggas are the other nigga, bro. Where it's like, because how is this? And the thing that here's the thing that this is why I say there's a pecking order, because all these women know he's sleeping with all these other women, except like maybe Cardi B. Maybe Cardi B's just like in her own world. But all like the chef, the hairdresser, they know that Stefon is sleeping with all these other shawties and shit, bro. She's getting paid $2,000 a week. Gang. $2,000 a week, that's $8K. That's $8K a month to make dried up hot dogs and get plastered. Like, bro, this is crazy. This might be the easiest life a woman could ever dream of. You don't have to really cook. You don't have to really clean. I think he was letting her live in the house as well, so you don't have to pay for rent. You get $2,000 to just glurt me up, smash me, and make me hot dogs. Like, bro, this is crazy.
Him, and things went left. Not only that, one of Stefon Diggs' other employees said that she was going to sue Stefon Diggs.
What did she tell you when she came downstairs?
She asked me if he was annoyed.
She asked you if...
He antagonized him while she was on the couch.
For what?
Blogs.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the hairdressers too. Bro, this is a crazy life you live in.
It was like an hour-long conversation, so it was a lot. So.
Let me start with it.
Oh, sorry.
Point, she should have just recanted her statement and she would have had $100,000. Now at this point, she's not getting no money and most likely has to pay his lawyer fees. But I would like to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Now, a lot of people feel like Cardi B should definitely be done with Stefon Diggs and that he does not deserve any more chances from her because he was steady cheating on her. He literally had someone living in his house that he was sleeping with, and he was sleeping with the braider and somebody else, and they feel like Cardi B should just be done with him. But I would like to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this situation. How do you guys feel about Stefon Diggs being found not guilty? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the...
Look, I already knew he wasn't going to go to jail for this because it just, like, the story just didn't make any sense when I first heard it, because she didn't report him right away. She didn't report him right away, and then asking for the extra money, I was like, yeah, like she's definitely not gonna win this shit. Because I think there was also a video too. She was dancing after she apparently got strangled, like in a hotel room. Like, it's crazy. She had one of the easiest lives I've seen a girl could ever have. She just refused to calm down. Like, okay, let's say that he smacked you and did all this stuff. That's $100K worthy. That's not $5.5 million worthy. You fucking idiot. That's not worth any millions of dollars anywhere. You're so stupid. If you were good enough to dance after getting choked, you're good enough to get $100K and shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Now, like, if you had broken your neck, then maybe you could go for the 5.5, but getting smacked up, you know how many people would take 100,000 right now to get smacked in the face? And you think you deserve 5 because you got like a BBL or some shit? Like, come on, shawty. Like, you're bugging. And then to make it worse, he's still cracking everybody else in the house to this day. I think the only thing that can stop Stefon Diggs and his meat is AIDS. And the scary, I don't even think that would stop him. I don't even think herpes would stop him. Because I think he would be the first person to get the herpes cure and keep spreading his meat. Like, bro, this dude is actually a sex addict, I believe. I believe he is a sex addict. Just for the simple fact where it's like, well, maybe it's kind of like I'm hating outside the club, so maybe I shouldn't speak too crazy on that. But it's like, I could not imagine every single day I'm taking a Russian roulette chance putting my meat in a different girl. Because it's like, yo, bro, if she's going for me like this, she's probably going for other niggas like this. But like, do y'all think like Stefon Diggs is like some like intellectually like soothing nigga? Like, the way he got into Cardi B's pants is talking about I'll come heal you. Like, bro, you think Stefon Diggs is really talking about like some crazy shit? No, bro, Stefon, he know how to get in the draws and get out, bro. He got a playbook. So like, to put your meat in a different shawty every night that's probably falling for the same playbook with other niggas or fucking for bread. Nah, I just couldn't do it, bro. I'd be way too scared. This motherfucker living a dangerous life, man. Anyway, like I said, you know, he was found not guilty for strangling shawty, even though he probably did. We know he probably did. And he's going to continue to go on living his life. Now, I think if she was smarter, she probably could have done the case better, but you could obviously tell if you watched the case, she was in love with this nigga, so yeah, he's probably going to win. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, man. Come to Night Floor so y'all can get in the right way. Leave your thoughts and opinions about this case, man. Do y'all think Stefon Diggs is going to continue to keep impregnating women up until his meat don't work no more, man? I'm out this joint. Peace.